here in Hungary for Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas alongside him. Second front row lockout for Mercedes this year. Max Verstappen starts third. He did an Imola, got past Lewis Hamilton into turn one. He's got Sergio Perez for company and ahead of Pierre Gasly, who keeps Lando Norris company on row three. Charles Leclerc, seventh on the grid for the third time in 5 races, is alongside Esteban Ocon, first time in Q3 for him in 7 races. He's ahead of Fernando Alonso, who's got Sebastian Vettel alongside him. Ricciardo starts 11th alongside Lance Stroll for Aston Martin. He was third on the grid here last year. In 13th, it's Kimi Raikkonen, highest grid spot of the year so far, and Antonio Giovinazzi, his Alfa Romeo teammate. Carlos Sainz had a crash caught out by a gust of wind, and ahead of George Russell in 17th, who was knocked out in Q1 for the first time this season. He's alongside his teammate Nicholas Latifi. It's Mazepin ahead of Mick Schumacher, who didn't take part in qualifying because of his crash in FP3.
Yeah, that's crucial. This is where the experience comes in. Doesn't look too wet at the moment. Not a massive amount of standing water. There's still a couple of dry patches. You can see the tents that they've had on the track, but no real heavy standing water or puddles, so those intermediates aren't going to be needed for long if the rain stops. But we saw on the radar earlier there's some big clouds coming over, which potentially could mean we need the full wets later on if we see a similar downpour as we saw at 10 a.m. this morning.
Well, we're underway for the formation lap. Those mechanics who rush back to the garages and into the pit lane are going to have to be very busy. We can see rain falling on our screens there as the cars head off away from the grid. This is going to be so tight to call. On the formation lap, if you want to go for slicks, you can come in, but you just can't tell your engineer. You just have to appear.
Yeah, no. On their
Just hearing that Giovinazzi is coming into the pit, so he's made a bold call.
You ready for some action then? All the talking stops right now, because it's lights out and away we go, and Hamilton does get away very inside. It is Lando Norris touched, and into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, and that's the Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri getting caught up as the McLaren spun round with the Ferrari as well, and Max Verstappen, I think, has gone caught out with that. That is a dream start for Hamilton. It's a nightmare for Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton, very good from Max Verstappen. Bottas struggling from the off.
Yes, Bottas struggling massively. An awesome start from Lando Norris, but I think he's the one who messes up. He breaks way too deep going into turn one. Oh no, it's actually...
He gets tagged by Bottas.
It's Bottas who messes
and then
it up.
into Max Verstappen goes Lando Norris. Perez gets caught up in all of that as well. Bottas, you can see, out at turn one. We can see it once again. It's Valtteri Bottas who loses it under braking.
There's so much debris.
This makes me think.
Copy the track out here.
Think, oh yeah, that's big chunks of Max Verstappen's car coming off. Now, from the sponsor's logo, that looks like a part of the side pod from Verstappen's car, so he's got some pretty significant damage on that car.
That's an Aston Martin with JCB.
Of course, following the sponsors through their trajectory.
Worth taking a gamble though. Do you gamble at this stage?
Well, I think if he drives quick. Yeah, copy loose.
After this incident at the beginning, so we need to see what we do now.
We'll talk to you in a little while, Andreas. Thanks ever so much for joining us. We've got 20 seconds to go.
Great, everyone is going to box.
Going to dive into the pit lane. No, he's not, but Esteban Ocon is. Ocon's making the choice to come in for tyres, and his crew are ready for him with a medium compound tyre to come on. So Ocon from second is going to make a stop. SAINZ is going to make a stop. Lights out, away we go for Lewis Hamilton only. Be in the lead.
George Russell is going to be leading the Grand Prix potentially.
Puncture, is there a problem with George Russell? Oh no, not more bad luck for George Russell. Esteban Ocon takes the lead. Sebastian Vettel goes through. When Hamilton comes out into this race, he can't see it because there's a concrete wall in the way. He's now going to field right in the back. Oh, and there's a collision in the pit lane between Mazepin and Raikkonen, and that is why Nikita Mazepin is out of this race, and somebody released Kimi Raikkonen.
Russell doesn't have a problem. He was told by the FIA to give the places back because you need to compromise my race. Help Nicky do it.
As there goes Lewis Hamilton on Antonio Giovinazzi. He needs to clear a few cars to get near Max Verstappen. First one cleared.
The fight, Hamilton Verstappen already.
Yes, the fight over 11th place. That's what we thought we'd be looking at today between Verstappen and Hamilton. Verstappen trying to go round the outside of Mick Schumacher. They come close. Verstappen goes off the road. Schumacher stays ahead of the Red Bull. Verstappen's going to go and try round the outside at turn two. He's got the pace advantage. Schumacher's got the inside line. They bang wheels as Verstappen goes through turn three. He gets his elbows out. 10-second wait will feel like an eternity before they can get the tyres put on, which they can do right now. And to be honest, the pit stop's feeling like an eternity as well, so I think there was a problem with the front right.
It's going to be a one-stop, and at the moment, there's no pit stop coming up.
To the pits, though, comes Lewis Hamilton here to try and force his way back into this race again. Out he goes.
This lap, please, Max.
Exactly the knock-on thing I was talking about.
Carlos Sainz, so now getting a bit of track position is what they want. It's Hamilton's going to get past Max Verstappen. Can he get past Danny Ricciardo as well? That will be double bubble if you're Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. Alonso moves up to 5th. Sainz carried on, didn't come into the pits.
Box, Carlos box. No, guys, they have a lot of pace. A push. Vamos.
First of the top 5 to come in on lap 31, which promotes Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton. And in turn 4, it's too risky on the inside, it's not too risky on the outside. As Hamilton makes that move, Ferrari get ready for Carlos Sainz, who's come into the pits. Sainz has made his pit stop and come out into the race ahead still of Lewis Hamilton. As round the outside in turn 2 goes George Russell. So far, as in comes Sebastian Vettel. This needs to be perfect for Aston Martin. They practice all the time. That's like, oh no, there's a problem. A little bit of a problem on the left rear, I think. Crofty. Stationary, so Alonso goes past, which we were expecting anyway. The key here for Sebastian Vettel, though, get out ahead of Sainz and Hamilton.
There would have been a decision there for the race win. Ocon is being told maximum push.
Ooh la la then. Esteban Ocon comes in, pretty slow into the box, but that is very sweet stuff. He lights up the rear tyres, gives that Renault engine a blast. He's ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Fernando Alonso, who leads a Grand Prix for the first time since the Hungaroring in 2014.
Driver, it's not easy because it's so important to get like spot on onto the line. If you're 20 centimeters too long, let's see how he's gone. Look, he nailed it perfectly.
Verstappen is coming in for another change of tyres here. Medium tyres going on. Well, they've got nothing to lose because they're out of the points at the moment, and Verstappen struggling and unable to pass that McLaren.
Carlos Sainz has been complaining about the helicopter with the TV cameras, Crofty, saying it's creating a lot of turbulence.
I have the feeling Hamilton is going to box again.
This is why Vettel was hired, wasn't he, by Aston Martin, to win races on a crazy day, but we've chosen the wrong circuit.
We see Lewis pitting.
Okay, waiting for a nice brand new shiny set of medium tyres.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is hammer time.
With back markers getting in the way, almost Sebastian Vettel getting past. Just let him past. Hamilton might try and get past Alonso here, but Kimi Räikkönen coming out of the pits or trying to keep out of the way.
Alonso locked up. There's another chance. Round the outside this time.
Well, Alonso is just brilliant at defending. And Hamilton is going for an Alonso overtake part 2, and he's not going to make it into turn 1. Third time lucky, possibly. Alonso's looking in his mirrors, needs to look the other way because Hamilton was trying round the outside.
So now Lewis is not quite close enough. He managed to offset on the inside there.
Who goes over to the right-hand side. Now Hamilton forces Alonso. Here into turn 2, does brake later this time, not late enough. Hamilton had to back out. Backed off a little bit too early, but Alonso has locked up. This is Hamilton's chance. It has been coming for a few laps now. You can hear the cheers from the crowd. Hamilton is up in the 4th place. And it's another crazy race here in Budapest. Look, Hamilton is with him. Hamilton has got the pace advantage and has got better traction coming out of that corner. Sainz forces him deep to try and put some more pressure on him, but it doesn't quite happen. When you woke up this morning and examined all the scenarios that could come your way, were any of them involving Esteban Ocon and Sebastian Vettel 1 and 2?
But look at Lewis Hamilton. It's Alonso who cost Lewis the win today.
No one's challenging Ocon for the win now. Esteban Ocon is going to be a Grand Prix winner in Formula 1. Ocon wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel takes 2nd for Aston Martin. Lewis Hamilton from 14th comes back to finish on the podiums. Très bon, très bien, and formidable. Esteban Ocon, well done. I could not be more pleased for that man winning a Formula 1 Grand Prix.
Yes, guys. Well done, mate. We just won the Hungarian Grand Prix. Well done, mate.